Alrighty guys, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another London session. You're on the right channel. Here to learn, take some trades, if they present, and see what we can come up with moving forward. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, and as always, very good evening ladies and gents. Welcome. Now, big day ahead, massive day ahead, obviously, with some very high impact news to come. We had a big day yesterday as well with FOMC. The rates were left unchanged. Not too sure what was the rhetoric of the press conference. You guys can see right here, it was 4:30 a.m. my time. Have not caught up with what was said, to be honest. But I'm assuming it was something a little bit dovish in regards to potential cuts, because gold has made a bit of a move to the upside, as did some of the majors. So based off that's what I'm assuming. Moving forward today, we have high impact news for the pound. That is later on into pre-my session with the monetary policy statement as well for the Bank of England. So it'll be another big one, and obviously the governor speaking a little bit after that. So I'll be on with the VIP for that. We'll see what we can make of it. But need to be wary of it. Obviously unemployment claims to come for the US dollar moving forward into today's session. So big one nonetheless, same as per usual guys, but we're going to do the same thing as always. We're going to analyze the charts. We're going to see what we can come up with moving forward on both GJ and gold, and I'm more than happy to have a look at your charts for you and answer any of those questions you've been dying to ask me. I know there are plenty of those, so make sure to ask those questions, guys. In the meantime, please hit that like button. Please say g'day. You guys know I do my best work when there's more on stream. If it's no one on stream, it's a bloody boring stream. I'm just gonna sit here doing nothing. So anyway guys, without further ado, let's get underway, let's get cracking. And let's start with GJ, and we can see the weekly candle is forming a very strong bearish candle. Have a great deal of volume within the current weekly candle. Let's just measure it. It's a drop of 850 pips. That is absolutely crazy from high to low. So lots of volume in the yen as well, especially with obviously the news that coming out of Japan yesterday. Plus the fact that Bank of Japan have openly come out and said they're willing and ready to intervene at any point in time. So off the back of that, obviously the pound yen has taken a big drop to the downside. Let's look at a monthly quickly. So the previous monthly closed back a very strong bearish candle. Current candle is likely to pull back a little bit further into that previous candle to grab some liquidity, but we already have broken a low of it. Lower high, lower low. I'm gonna mark in the high of the current daily candle. We're going to see what we've got above that level. Now looking at the daily time frame now, so we are technically also bearish in structure. We have tapped into a strong level of support here to the left hand side though. So once again, if we were to continue bearish and we've got that lower high, lower low, in terms of counter probabilities, there isn't much of a need for us to pull back up and break our own high. If we do so, see if we're flipping any structure in a minor time frame. If not, we're going to see if we've got any clean traffic above that level, which looks like we may have. Onto the 4 hour, and that is also technically bearish, but once again quite evident we've bounced off a very strong level of support here to the left hand side. So I mean, you can start marking it in. It's going to be, I'm going to mark in a couple levels here. I'm going to mark in the lowest point of the support to the left hand side. I'm obviously going to mark in the current 4 hour support, and I will be adjusting it so it's not a bigger zone on the 4 hour, on the 30 minute, sorry. The most recent resistance, now structure doesn't flip above that point there, however that lines up with that current daily candle's high, so there's a potential level that price could pull back to. Now we've not yet retested, I'm just going to mark in horizontal for now. We're not yet retested that support we broken yesterday. Do we have to? Not necessarily, but there is a high probability at some point we will pull back to do so. But we are technically bearish in a strong downtrend as well on the 4 hour. Onto the 30 minute time frame, we're just going to now adjust this accordingly. All right, that is the highest point, that's the lowest point. We're going to mark some zones in between. Okay, so we can see that 30-minute is also technically bearish. We just retested a support we had broken earlier on during the Asian session. Now we are bearish, but what we've done is just created a higher low. So good thing about that is that we're forming a support on the move on the pullback. So now there's a high probability if we were to pull back to reject only to start popping below that support, any traffic to the left, high probability at that point there we're going to make our way back down towards 191.40. So for that matter, I'm going to put in sells below that support. It would make perfect sense for me to look for the sell. Now I was contemplating earlier whether I would take a buy above this level. I did mention it in the VIP. However, what I'm preferring to do and what I will be doing is waiting for price to pull back to that resistance, to retest the current daily candles high, and if we do reject and I get my signal within price action, I will be looking to sell from that point there. We are bearish in structure, it's bearish across the board, difficult to counter trend trade it. What we do have though is the 4-hour candles. We've got the 4-hour candle creating high, low, high, high. So the previous created a long wick to the downside, closing up near its high. So this candle has done what likely most candles will do in this scenario, small low wick if any, and begin to break above that liquidity candles high. So we've done so, but once again, very bearish in structure across the board. The bias is bearish, so I'm just gonna now wait for the options to present at this stage for my potential sells, whether it be below 192 flat or back below 193 upon that pullback. Now anything in between, let's have a look at it now on the 15-minute. All right, see where this candle closes. This candle closes bearish engulfing. The only issue, stop loss will be bear whack. GJ, that's just how it is this week. The volume is absolutely crazy on it, so you don't really have a one-to-one. Gonna be a tough one, to be honest, guys. But a bearish engulfing candle would be sufficient in this instance because we'll be popping back below some previous support as well. However, the stop loss will be the only issue. So if it was to happen in the next 2 and a bit minutes, what I would suggest is wide stop loss, lower lot size. It's the only way to go about it, to be honest, guys. When we have so much volume within these candles, the best way to go about it is just lowering the lot sizes, giving yourself a little bit more breathing room with the stop loss. So that is probably the only thing I can potentially see right now on GJ. Just want to quickly look at gold. Gold, I mean, a 30 doesn't look all that bad. It's just got no momentum whatsoever at the moment. I mean, the last since lunchtime my time today, it's just not moved. So I'm really struggling to trust that it's going to make the move just now. We're coming, yes, closer to the time of volume, but this is just printing sideways action at the moment. So without really a decent move, a strong catalyst candle right now, I'd rather just wait for it to create the move. So let's just see where GJ closes. $30-minute closing back below this resistance. Now, want it to close back a little bit lower down, upper wick, potentially an entry. So just keep an eye on it, guys. Oof, nearly dropped the coffee. Oop, wrong button. Can't CP if I haven't even opened a trade yet, so. So it needs an upper wick. But I don't mind a look at this. So I'll have a look at gold shortly, but I'm just waiting to see how GJ closes. Now, once again, we need an upper wick. We need a bit of a lower wick on this candle as well. Don't want it to close without a lower wick. Otherwise, for me, it's not valid. I just don't trust it. I want it to pop back a little bit, leave some sort of wick. Okay, it has. All right, it needs to pop back up. Needs to pop back up. What you doing, GJ? Pop back up. gonna pop back up, is it? Yeah, well, it is what it is, and it's already dropped 10 pips. Berserk. The volume in this thing right now is absolutely nuts. So I mean, the analysis is spot on, guys. Can you do without the upper wick? I prefer for it to have one. All right, next option, buys from, it may be the buys from above 192 flat, but looking for the sells. Mistress at it again on, mate. Look at that, it's literally dropped 17 pips in less than a minute. And oh man, good to see an analysis play out either way. All right, so enough of that. let's get over it. Let's go over GJ, and let's move on to mate of mine, good old gold. Also not really doing much at the moment. Well, GJ is, but gold isn't. Looking at, first of all, let's look at monthly. So the previous monthly closed a very strong bullish candle. Based off that, potential level price could pull back to 23.88 or 87, the high of that previous bearish candle. At some point, there is a good chance it could pull back to that level to grab some liquidity from the markets before it heads back up. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, you know, today or tomorrow, anytime soon, but there's a possibility it could happen moving forward into the month. As far as a potential level we could pull back to, we'll go down to the daily for that. Weekly, we are forming a very strong bullish candle, bullish engulfing candle, looking good to the upside. And oh man, GJ, you prick. Just need that upper wick and we would have been floating in profits. Never mind. So daily structure is also bullish. We've got counter probabilities to the upside. So let's, well, the current daily counts high is pretty much tapped into. Actually, no, there's clean structure. We're going to mark in the current daily counts high. We're also going to mark in the current daily counts low. I'm going to see what we've got either side of those levels. We are technically bullish with counter probabilities to the upside. The 4-hour structure, yeah, there's still a bit of room to the upside as well in the 4-hour. It is also bullish, nothing much has changed. That previous candle, obviously closing an indecision candle, closing with a long upper wick and lower wick, making it a little bit difficult. What I'm going to mark in is, I'm going to mark in the most recent, well, the 4-hour resistance that we had broken yesterday. I'm going to mark that in because we have not yet pulled back to retest it. As far as the resistance to the upside, I'm going to mark in around at 24.65. So if we begin to break above the previous 4-hour candles high, there's a high probability we will be coming up to that level. But it looks a bit pretty clean traffic to the left hand side of it. So now onto the 30-minute time frame, guys, and interesting to see what we got just here. I'm calling this bearish on the 30-minute. On a wonder, I think it is, or Forex.com, sorry, it's definitely bearish. You got consecutive counts pulling back in the opposite direction. Here you can argue don't, but that resembles a swing to me. So what I'm going to say is that 30 minutes bearish, but irrespective of that, we've got the weekly forming a very strong bullish candle. So you guys know my opinion of that. What I'm to look for is to the left hand side on the minor time frames for potential levels for price to pull back to, once again, form a support at, to head back up. So obviously we've got this level here around at 24.40. If we pull back to it, form a nice strong support at that level, begin to pop above it, bounce off it, I would be looking to take a buy back up. Preferably prior to that, I'd like to see a clean move back down to that support to cut through this slow trickle to the upside and look for that buy option. So buys back above the support. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, what we've done now is create a low within the structure and actually flip the 30-minute bearish. So if we were to pop back down towards the current daily candles low yet again, irrespective of the fact that we've got high low high on the candles itself in the daily, I would look to take a sell back down to retest that 4-hour resistance back down to that 23.32. And that point there, obviously back off the strength of the weekly candle, I would look for support to form and look for a potential buy to take it back up. Now, aside from that, it's just a slow trickle. Finding it very difficult to trust buy at the moment on gold. It's just not moving. So once again, in this circumstance, what I prefer is for it to show me something. Perhaps we can draw in this minor resistance on a 15-minute time frame. We have a nice strong closure above that level. That could be sufficient enough for a buy option on gold. So just going to put buys above that point there. We've got very clean traffic to the left of it as well. Otherwise, going to be waiting for some strong catalyst to potentially sell it on the pullback. And that is pretty much it. That's a wrap on both GJ and gold. GJ analysis spot on, but no upper wick. What can we do about it? Not a great deal, guys. So it is what it is, as they say. This is one of the circumstances though when it would be acceptable for it not to have an upper wick. It's grab that liquidity from the upside, closing near its low. But it's a matter of preference and you want to be comfortable in a trade. So I'm always a lot more comfortable in trade if I've got that, even if it's just a small upper wick, a bit of a nipple, better than nothing. That's what I would have wanted to see to trust it. Didn't have it, so what can you do? You move on. You have a cry about it, and then you move on. GJ. Welcome. Franco, Crow, Carla F, Ian, Benny Chamberlain. Right here, wrong lady. I know, mate. It's like when you've been checking this one particular lady out at a nightclub all night, and you lose her amongst the crowd. She's got her back to you, and in the dark, long hair, long black hair, and the same, you know, they all basically look the same, don't they? Grab the wrong hand and then you get the slap. There you go. It's just like that with GJ. That's how it is. Chef Wilson, good morning to you. GJ. Nasty thing, isn't it? How's the week been, guys? I'm gonna wipe away those tears right now. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Great to see yesterday too, guys. Hopefully some of you took advantage of the move on the gold. Where was it? Wednesday. Just here. You guys remember on stream we had this level marked in as support. What I mentioned was the streamer did nothing. Wanted to see a nice strong closure on the EM15 minimum above that consolidation. We got just here, called out in the Discord, the VIP. It was good to see some of the guys also took it. Some of them would have been taking it nonetheless because they were sure they were looking at it either way. So that was your catalyst, bullish engulfing, liquidity wick, grab the liquidity from the downside and it's close above that previous catalyst high. That is an entry for me every day of the week. Trade a small upper wick, pull back to trade low wick, even better. Entry was taken as it broke the high and no drawdown whatsoever, straight to TP1. So it was a really nice trade. Called it out in the VIP. And yeah, so it's been a good week, guys. Just 2 trades, but both are wins. So it just goes to show. A lot of others would have had multiple trades by now, many trades. Some will be in good profits. Some will be in fair bit of drawdown. Wishing they had not taken some of those trades because they weren't really valid. Maybe a bit of FOMO, maybe a little bit forced. I'm sat here, I've taken 2 trades and I'm well in profit for the week. So once again, that was my best month for the year. I think it was my best month. Probably one of my better months ever, actually. A really good month. The last 2 months have been absolutely fantastic. Really happy. Been very disciplined throughout. So it just goes to show you don't need to necessarily always be involved. You just need to be involved in quality, guys, and you'll be right. Cami GA, yeah, I'll take a look for you. Doc, good morning to you. Or basically everyone in his VIP members, nearly everyone. Like, well, Clarksonization, there's another one. Good day to you, mate. Please look at NAS. I will do so. We'll do so for you. So look at NAS first. All right, I mean, it's got volume right now, but I'm not all that keen on trading it at this time of day. I just doubt the volume. However, what I would say, if it presents at a predetermined level, there is no reason not to actually trade it. So let's look in NAS, and I'll send the link to the VIP members before I forget. Looking at the weekly, and this is forming a very strong bullish candle. We're bouncing off some resistance here to the left. Long wicks at downside, so we've likely grabbed liquidity from the data here to the left hand side. Also, what we've had this week is high impact earnings reports for some of the major players in the NASDAQ. That is obviously assuming a lot of it's come out positive, hence a bit of the push back up on NAS. Looking at the daily structure, actually go back to the monthly quickly. So actually closed back bearish, bit kind of an indecision candle, high low, high high sort of previous. Difficult to know what to make of that. Back down to the daily structure wise, it is bearish. Counter probability wise is bullish. However, we have not really created much of a low wick. Let's just mark in the low of the current candle, gap to the upside. It's also marking a 50% of that previous daily candle, and let's just see what we've got at that level. If it does line up with anything where we can potentially look to buy it from, or if it rejects, to look to sell it from. 4-hour structure. All right, I'm gonna remove that now. I'm gonna move it up to that 4-hour resistance. I'm just gonna mark it in actually, so we can see the structure in itself is bullish. It's flipped bullish, created a lower low. Well, actually, take that back. It's not created a lower low. That's an equal low. Technically, it's bearish, but it is trending to the upside. Also, using the daily counter probabilities, you got that also to the upside. So you can see how I'm gathering confluences, albeit against the structure itself. So that is the resistance to the upside. We're tapped into some previous support. Looks like we're potentially rejecting. The 4 hours just open. We are already engulfing that previous candle, but no confirmation just yet. So looking at the 30-minute time frame, approaching a support just now. Structure is still, by the looks of it, technically bullish on the 30-minute. It is. So we've got the 30-minute and a weekly forming bullish, or 30-minute structure bullish, weekly forming bullish. So the options are to look for areas where price could potentially pull back to form a support. I've got this level marked in at 19.425. If price did pull back to retest that resistance, which we have not yet done so since breaking it, which was just below the previous daily candle's high, I'd be looking for the buys above in line with that weekly candle, in line with 30-minute structure. That will make perfect sense for me. So I'd be looking for my catalyst within price action from that level for a potential buy. Now, as for the sell options, stop loss is going to be too big at the moment. I'd rather sell it from below that support. If price was to pop back down, it's not going to be flipping a 30-minute structure. But if we start to close below it, we move up, there's a high probability we'll come back down to potentially retest that resistance, which lines up with the 30-minute last significant higher low. So if it does close below that resistance, it's going to flip the 30-minute structure and be making more of a pullback within the weekly candle as well. And current daily also, I'd rather wait for the price to pop back down, break the current daily candle's low, and start to close below that previous support resistance, which could turn potentially, it could be support. We have not yet retested it. So that would be my opinion of NAS for the time being. Gold rejecting. The other request was GA. I'll just send in a link to the members before I do forget. Anyone want to join? Good to see some new faces in there too. Appreciate the guys who've just joined the past 2-3 days. Hope you're enjoying your experience in there. Plenty of content to get through, so you should have plenty on your plate in the next few weeks. And don't be shy to ask questions. I always encourage it. I'm an easygoing bloke. You don't have to be shy to ask away. All right, GBPM. I think you're getting consistently 5+% a month. You don't take losses. The last few months more than that, much more than that, to be honest. Clarksonization, all good. GA, all right, GA before I forget. All right, so let's start from the top down. All right, let's look at the monthly again. So this is the open of the new monthly candle. Very strong bullish candle on the previous, bullish engulfing. It's closed right up above the bodies of the candles here to the left, so that's a really strong catalyst in my opinion for a potential continual move to the upside. Obviously, there's a high probability we'll pull back a little bit further to create a lower wick. First potential level is probably that most recent resistance we have broken around at 195.70 weekly, forming a doji candle at the moment, pulling back. We tapped into that level on the weekly and bounced off it. So indecision candle on the weekly. Looking at the daily, structure is definitely bullish. I'm just going to mark in, actually sorry, daily, not 4 hour yet. So we are bullish at a resistance, hence maybe why it is struggling to determine what direction it wants to trend in, if it's going to head back down or as long as it remains above that 195.70, I think there's a high probability it will continue to the upside. Also off the back of that previous monthly candle, the strength of that candle. 4 hour, the highest point, structural flip below, technically below that support there, so I'll just mark that in for the time being. As far as resistance, we've got that level there. Above it, let's just mark in with some horizontals what you've got to contend with. All right, a bit of margin above the high. Trying to form a resistance at this point here, which is good. If you form a resistance at the lowest point, it provides a potential entry point for a buy option. If price was to break above the resistance, high probability it's going to head up to the next level. 30-minute structure is also bullish and he's doing pretty much the same thing right now. So GA is looking, as far as buys, I'd be looking for the buys above that point there. I'm just going to mark it in 196.952, clean traffic to the left. It's also bouncing off a support in a higher time frame, so if it was to create the higher low just now, even if it was to pull back to 196.30 and form a support above that level there, I would look for my buy options from from the support. Further buys above the resistance formed just below the current daily candles high. Once again, clean traffic to the left. Bias is bullish across the board, so if we were to pull back up and break the resistance form, there's a high probability to continue to the upside. If we were to pull back up to it only to reject it, then it'd be nothing wrong looking via calcium price action to look for a potential sell at that point against the structure, but creating an equal high, an M formation, whatever you call it, double top. There's many different ways to call it. That's what I'd be looking at. So the sells back below it, buys above it, and that would be my opinion of GA. I wouldn't be chasing just now because I look at it thinking, well, probably should have found a way in from higher up. Let's see, there could be buy options as well in GJ. If this flips as we start closing above that resistance and begin to break above the current 4-hour candles high, and potentially, because we've got the 4-hour candle probabilities to the upside, so you can use that as confluence. So how's the week been going, guys? To my loyal followers, appreciate all of you. You guys rock, you guys legends. All good, slow week. Cole? Yeah, likewise, mate. Nothing wrong with that. Again, this time of year, you guys gotta remember, and I'm sure a lot of you are aware, it generally is a bit slower this time of year because of, I mean, the main sessions obviously over London and NY, and a lot of you guys are on holidays at the moment. Shall, good day to you, brother. I hope you're well. See, that's why I'm not interested in the impulse on gold. Rest of 30 minutes, it's just there is no volume whatsoever. I'm sorry guys about the giveaway. I have no idea what to do because no prop firm is willing to give me some sort of gift voucher. About to buy tickets to Thailand. Come have a beer with me in Thailand. Bet we'll have some fun. Goat's going to you, mate. Well done on passing your challenge. Speaking of challenges, Carl F sounds better. Oh mate, trust me, it'll be bloody money better spent. Yeah, it'd be money well spent, that's for sure. Mind you, price of a beer there now in the average place is a lot more expensive than what it used to be. A lot of it's becoming almost comparable to here, to be honest, in Melbourne. Still get some good value, but a lot of times, especially if you go to a decent restaurant, you're paying $6-7 for just a nothing special beer, like a local beer or something. So at that point, you have to do the math. You have to think about it. When you're paying the same for a spirit, probably better off going with that. Because I know spirits here cost a lot more than a beer usually. Not that I've been out here for years. But it used to. I'm assuming it's still the same. Saxy, good morning to you. Let's look at Bitcoin. Look at the beast that is BTC, and let's do some analysis. So the monthly closed weak bullish candle. We're just consolidating, but we're consolidating above what was the previous all-time high back in October 21, where I conveniently sold out probably well before it, as you do. Same as this move, sold out before it, as you do. Lick your wounds afterwards. Looking at weekly, and it is forming a very strong bearish candle, Strong pullback on the weekly, almost engulfing that previous candle. Gonna mark in the low of it and see what we've got below it. It's a very solid level of resistance, so hence why it could be rejecting. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, and that is the daily time frame. Still technically bullish, guys, from that big impulse from the 50k up to the all-time high. Counter probabilities to the downside at a very strong level of support, so it's marking the current daily candles high. Pretty sure that was it. It is. Back to the 4-hour. Seeing we had a 4-hour level of support, we could potentially bounce off it. Just mark in that for the time being and see if we can adjust it accordingly. All right, as far as resistance, it's my French for you, seeing it is Olympic Games time. Boy, I was bearish, by the way. Bearish in structure about support. 30 minutes is also bearish, so they're full of biases technically to the downside. But we're at a 4-hour support, a very strong level of support. We've just broken a resistance. Formed another resistance at this point here within the move to the downside. Just be marking that whole level in. And to be honest, what I'd say at this point is buys above it. Because you're going to flip the 30 minute I'd call it a structure flip. Got 2 candles there. It's going to flip the structure above that level there, so I'd be looking for the buys above it, bouncing off the 4-hour support. That's a good point of entry in my opinion, and if it does pull up to it only to reject it, I'd be looking for my catalyst within price action to sell it. Sells below the low, you're selling it into 4-hour support. Probably need to wait for it to actually clear that level. It's a bit cleaner below it. So sells below that point there on the continuation, otherwise sells upon the pullback, buys above. That is my opinion of BTC. Cracks, check GA. I had a look, mate. I just had a look. Maybe you're on replay or something. I just had a look, brother. Not long ago, so I'd be looking for the buys from this support, because if you're not and so you're too late to the party, unfortunately you need to wait. It's still bullish. The bias is bullish. 30-minute structure, believe it or not, is bullish from this big impulse to the upside, so I'd be just waiting for my catalyst within price action. My members should know exactly those sort of catalysts and what one to look for. So if you're not too sure, and I understand there's a few of you joined this week, what I suggest is you really need to watch that educational video session 5. I did post it and upload it into the educational video section, not the course. There's the 2 separate video recording sections for educational purposes. Have a look at that. It's the last upload in that section, and that will help you determine what sort of catalyst you need to see whilst we're moving with some volume towards the support. With my guys, I go above and beyond, and I always say if you don't understand something, I'm happy to jump on a quick call with you just to clarify it, so always feel free to contact me. Actually had a little glimpse of the Olympics in last night my time. Saw the BMX. That was good, the BMX event. Unbelievable, some of the crap they were doing. Wow. I'd break every single bone in my body if I attempted one of those moves. I can barely ride a bike, let alone do any tricks on it, so. 30 minutes closed and we are back below that resistance. Nothing on GJ. Gold is asleep at the moment. Needs to wake up. Gold appears to be hungover after the news. I think I'm trading the wrong pair, guys. I gotta trade the Nifty 50. That will get viewers on the stream. Nifty 50? Or I've just got to do simply this. Where is it? And just keep that there. That's the other one that gets the views. So if you want to start your own stream, give that a crack. You probably get a lot more views than I do. Yeah, it's gotta. Oh, and you gotta be in profit though. Never been drawdown. Sorry, I was in a funny mood. It's just funny because those streams have so many more views. There's no one talking or nothing. There's just a few things labeled on a chart, and it literally just. How do you know? Like, I could put that in anywhere. And how do you know when people are going to join? Because they got the stream running like 24/7. So you assumed, yeah, taking one win there. Oh, well, we got another swing point. Well, I've got another swing point here. Yeah, we'll put the stop loss there. All right, just hit TP. All right, come London session again. Well, I got in at this point. 100% you would have got in at the touch of that wick. So you're safely in profit. I swear that's what they do, and they just get view after view. People fall for it. It's nuts. Khalef, just for last, you should have a second stream with Mars on. I know, just to see the difference. Pay 5 minute only take. I know, mate. Probably get more views, in all honesty. Just trade up the 1 minute. Not a bad idea. Who wants to become a partner? ADUs came out. That was yesterday, wasn't it? Oh, that news is low impact. No, AD was yesterday, my friend. Yeah, CPI. So it could be in line with potential pound news more than anything. Maybe strength to the Aussie. It doesn't seem to be really moving. Yeah, it's more pound weakness. Look at that. Look at GU. Wow, what is going on here? What has it's not anything to, well, actually it could be to do with the US dollar, but the Aussie is holding strong for whatever reason. So I'm assuming that Dixie, but gold would likely be coming down. It's not really doing much gold. Let's have a look at DXY. It is going up. All right, so some strength to the US dollar. Not sure what it's about. If there's been some rumors of something to come. Maybe there's some war news. I have no idea. So much going on these days that you really need to keep abreast of it. It's not easy though. You kind of need to have like a news feed going on in the background the whole time, which is something I don't really enjoy doing. I hate the news because the news, to be honest guys, 98%, 98.99% of it is just all crap. It's just bullshit. That's probably why I get no views on YouTube these days. It's all made up news and it's all what the media want you to believe. That's what it is. And can't see through that. I mean, you're allowed to, if you don't like me, it's fair enough, but that's just my opinion of it. Most people these days are sheeple. They just believe every single thing they see in the news. I'm a contrarian. I don't believe shit pretty much that I read in the news because most of it is crap. So I don't read it. Commodity prices, it's met that 30 resistance. Silver up to today. Got in some good prices. Silver last couple of weeks, but looks like it's heading back up now. It's actually something you probably should trade. Silver is even more volatile than gold. When it moves, it really moves. Stop talking. Yeah, no, car left. They'll shadow ban me. All good. It's like that blackout a few weeks ago with the internet. Tell me that wasn't something more. All right, that's a test. That I guarantee is the test. What's to come? When people are going to scram to get cash because they've got no cash at all. All they do is tap, tap, tap. People don't have any money to pay for anything. It's going to happen. It's going to be a point in time where it's going to last like a week or two. And you will see the commotion. Can't be talking truth in here. Carl F. I know, mate. That's the sad reality. I don't know what streaming platform you can these days, to be honest. Goats. Funded next. Funded next. I think I did. Blue Guardians, no. There's so much interesting in marketing now. Yeah, the whole space is tricky at the moment, mate, to be honest. And Ben and I had a little chat about it. I think that's also why a lot of streams are probably getting less views these days. Not only because of the time of year, the holidays, but also because a lot of the viewers are on funded accounts, or have been or trialing it, and they've probably had bad experiences where they've lost the account and done nothing wrong. It happened with me, so they're probably quite a lot have been put off by it all, which I don't blame them. In all honesty, it is disheartening, very disheartening. Especially when you paid for quite a substantial account or big account and you can't get the cash back. Banks are dodgy as well. They don't want to cover it, which I can understand, but with the millions they make, and they are technically wrong because it's not an investment gone wrong, it's a service gone wrong, but they won't admit to that. So banks are just as dodgy as anything, and banks try to suppress the price of certain commodities and that, like precious metals. Silver is one of them. All right, let's watch the GJ. It's looking a little bit better than gold at the moment, but there is enormous volume in these candles. That's 30 pips almost already in this candle. So what I want to see is for it to close well above. Doesn't necessarily have to engulf that bearish candle, but it has to close well above, because at that point it's going to close well above any of the bodies of the candles here, which have formed resistance to the left hand side. Then what I'd be waiting for is price to pull back to tap back into that level and bounce off it, and I could look for a potential buy. But for the time being, just need to patiently wait. TikTok, good day to everyone on TikTok. Just gone live on TikTok, been live on YouTube for about 40 minutes or almost an hour now. Welcome to you guys. TikTok, Candace, good day to you, welcome. A.C.T, welcome to you. G'day, welcome guys. Feel free to ask questions. Yeah, to be honest guys, I've been well put off the funding space, prop firm space, to the point where I only trust one. So it's the only one I will use, and I will eventually start an account with them. That's FDMO. TikTok, any update on BTC move? Gbpjpy? Yeah, I analyzed BTC before, so for me, I'd be looking for it sells upon the pullback. If it does retest and reject 64,680, it's at a 4-hour support and a daily support. It's at a very strong level of support, so I'm not interested necessarily in selling it into it. It's going to be difficult to look for the sell. Rather it pull back to create more margin. Let's just quickly look at it again on the higher time frames. Looking at 4-hour, very strong level. It's potentially bouncing off the daily as well. Wick down into that support, which lines up with previous resistance to the left hand side. So right now, for me, I'd prefer it to pop up to 64, 60, 70, 80 sort of level. Look for my rejection and sell it. And if it starts to pop above 65k, the resistance formed that point there, it's going to flip the 30-minute structure bullish. Not only that, you got some clean traffic to the left, so it would make sense bouncing off that 4-hour daily support. It would make sense to look for the buys from above that level. So hopefully that makes sense. TikTok, good day to all those who have joined. Please feel free to say hello, don't be shy, ask questions. If you are interested in learning about trading, this is the stream to do so. I'll remove that for the time being. Gold is just printing absolute barcodes at the moment, so forget gold for the time being. Cami, I wonder, has new prop firm apparently. That is really good for the space and IC markets, but I'm not sure. As far as I was aware, it does not include the A.C.T regulated countries, which obviously Australia. So if that's the case, then I won't be able to start a funded challenge through that. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not sure about a wonder. Shum. Yeah, sure, mate. I have done the analysis, but right now, gold, look, based off the weekly, I prefer to buy it, the strength of the weekly candle. So when I see a candle forming as is, coming close to the end of the week, the last few days of the week, what I prefer to do is just pop down to the 30-minute, also the 4-hour, just to mark in some levels. We've broken the most recent resistance is that point there. So I've use that level as a potential area price could pull back to form a support above to buy it. But prior to that, seeing the 30-minute structures technically flip back bearish, we have created a lower low within the current daily candle. Potentially now confirm that lower high. If we do approach the support formed around at 23.49.20 and start to close below it, I would look to take a sell back down to the 4-hour resistance. So what I prefer to see is obviously the closure below, the retest, and continuation for the sell. The reason why I got buys above this point here, it's a 15-minute resistance. Above it, it is clean traffic to the left. We are just consolidating just now. There is no momentum whatsoever. There is no volume. So in this circumstance, I need to wait for gold to make a move. I don't trade out of consolidation, because look what happens. Had you have taken buys, sells all within this, all you would have done to your account is get absolutely wrecked. So I wait for it to either do this or do this. Otherwise, let it create some clean moves through this area, and that's when it starts to become tradable again. So at the moment, we don't have any of that. We're just consolidating. There's nothing. TikTok, any questions, guys? Feel free. Sarban, good day to you. Krish, DS, Riot 24, good day, guys. Welcome. Are you guys trading anything at the moment? Are you in any trades? Let me know. And what are you looking at? It's hold on. Goats funded next is trying to beat FDMO and pays from the challenge profits to. Oh, okay. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to check it out. Tisham. It's an order block on the left side. Quite a major order block. Bullish order block. What time frame? I'm talking about here. Yeah, again, I'm just not interested in getting involved at the current level, because it's just consolidating. There's no clear decision within price action. So I just wait it out. Very simple. We have just over 11 minutes until London open. Ben, for me, this month has been pretty volatile. Not really found anything when I've looked for the past 2 weeks. You're aware of that, as you know, you and I both know that happens at times, especially the way we trade. A lot of the moves just come from nowhere without the right confirmation, but it's just a matter of, you know, not falling for anything in between. Obviously yesterday I had the analysis from the stream, just had to wait for after it, and it played out and got the move, as did, you're probably busy though, man, but a lot of the other guys in VIP also took it. TikTok, good to see a few more on stream. G'day to you. Hello, welcome. It's Tisham. Tisham, sorry, I'm butchering your name for sure. You're in a buy for 24.46. All right. Hopefully it goes well for you. How many order blocks sitting at the top of gold's high today? It touched and it bounced off earlier. Today I reckon I sell off around the previous high area. Yeah, potentially. Again, I don't look at that type of thing. I just look at the recent areas. Look what we've got above and below or whatever on the higher time frames as well. And I'll just wait for my catalyst within price action, because that's simply what works for me. What's going on TikTok? Go check it yourself. Missed the comment somewhere. Nice it is, guys. We're all friends. BTC, was that the question? Yeah, I think I answered it for you already, mate. GJ, 9 minutes remaining until the open. Are we gonna come back down to that support? Could there be sells? Stick around. Go nowhere, guys. TikTok Monty, good day to you, mate. Welcome. Good to see you on the stream again. Afiku, welcome to you. T-Dog, good day to you. Nick, I'm surprised you're not in sleeping bag with the weather. Oh no, man, how bad was it this morning? But it's actually a beautiful day. Really nice day. It's the best day we've had for ages, to be honest. Actually, the washing dried for a change, which is a positive. But it was freezing this morning, wasn't it, man? Oof. Out in the Bayside suburbs, I hazard a guess it was probably at 0. If it was 1 or 2 degrees in the CBD. Nick, riding at work 7 AM is not the greatest. No, it's not, mate. Going to work 7 AM, I can imagine. Tickety talk. You don't stop. G'day, welcome. Double RD price, g'day to you. Welcome. Goats, yeah, high impact news for the pound. That is later on. Pretty good strike rate in TikTok. 4 viewers, 4 follows. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. And share the stream if you like. That might get a few more people on. Alright, gold needs to make a move. It needs to wake up. Often you go live? I go live every day. On TikTok, I start at around, well, just where are you? Where do you come from? I'm here in Melbourne, Oz. So it's 4:30 PM I start on TikTok. But I'm starting it on YouTube about 45 minutes early. That's every day except for Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, you're in Oz as well. Yeah, so 4:30 Melbourne time. Monday to Friday. But I'm on YouTube right now as well, so I've got my pretty face on the YouTube stream. So you're welcome to jump across to a YouTube stream, but you gotta find me on there. I can't send links into the TikTok chat for whatever reason. It's a strange platform, that one. Can't figure it out. Sax, good day to you. Anthony, Dom, Goats jumped across. Good day to you, brother. Have I traded Solana meme coins? No, I've not. The only meme coin I've traded is Doge, to be honest. Just for support, I appreciate it, mate. Charts have been rank, honestly. I mean, yesterday it just moves, but no. GJ is just pure sell stop. That was the only way to really get involved. Coming from above support today, there's just nothing at the moment. Gold is still trying to get out of bed at the moment.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, fine so far. And you? How was your day?
All good. Yeah, really good, mate. Really good. Just a pleasant sunny day for a change. Made it to the gym to do a leg workout, and yeah.
So well prepared.
That's it, mate. Exactly.
So,
what are you looking at today?
I've looked to GU, as I mentioned already on the chat, and I don't know why it's pushing that much down. So also EU doing the same, but nevertheless, I'm looking maybe because we are coming in the area of support.
On what, EU or GU?
On GU, and but need to create support at least.
Correct.
At the 50-minute, and then waiting for that, and maybe breaking support, and then maybe get into sales.
Yeah.
Because it's pushing too much, and we need to pause for that.
I agree. Agree very much so. Yeah, it needs something. It'd be nice if we close below, and then you got that little pause.
Correct. Yeah. So I think it would be enough for me on the M50 to have a pause there.
Yep.
And then to take it in, but at least we need it.
I agree. Even if this 15-minute candle closes in the next 2 and a bit minutes back bullish, followed by the next 15-minute candle closing back below, that would also be, in my opinion, sufficient enough for an entry on the following. The second 15-minute candle of the new M30 of London Open.
If it's not pushed too much down to the support at the end, further through.
But we'll see. We've got London Open, so it's a big drop.
For me, sorry.
It's a big sell-off.
Yeah. So for me, I think because we will maybe get today a rate change. They will. I think maybe they will cut the rates.
Yeah.
And this might make the pound going up.
Yeah. If they cut rates, it's likely going to make it go down. That would be deemed negative for a currency strength. So maybe it's been priced in, but the euro is also dropping. AU is not. So. Yeah, I'm not too sure why at the moment they're both selling off so much and AU's not. Pretty strange.
Yeah, this I can't understand also.
All right, 50 seconds.
And right now we see also that GU and GJ is not in line, so.
Yep. Have to wait and see. All right, just under a minute until London Open. G'day Moses, Hop Tech, Trading Trend. G'day to you guys. Welcome. Tommy as well. So above support, golfing that candle, that bullish candle. No margin down to the next support. London Open, and it's going to likely head back down to that support. There is no margin though, so no entry. And gold Again, in the middle of an absolute mess right now, so need to wait.
So for Geo, there is it's close below support. So
Yep.
now we'll see how the prices.
Yeah, if it does make a create a minor support just now.
Yeah.
Correct, my friend. All right, GJ again starting to bring the volume. Let's see how it reacts to this support just now. Now I might wait for a 15-minute closure. Off the back of the strength of these candles, the volume, it's just lots of volume at the moment. So the 15 would be sufficient enough, but in looking at it now, it has no respect whatsoever for any level at the moment. GJ, just the volume is berserk on it. A lot of volume, so it makes it more difficult, but let's see what a 15-minute closes. Go, so GJ, your opinion? Yeah, I think it's looking good for sells as well, but again, I'm really strict with my rules, so I just need to wait a little bit. Just want to make sure we close below that support, and if it goes in the meantime, it just goes. There's not much I can do about it. Sick Lad Dads, nice name, good day to you. Vlaho, good day to you. Falling to a 191, 660. Yeah, there's a good chance it will. The support just here. The issue is, if I was to take that impulse entry as it broke that support, it's coming from its highest point point 20 pips above. So the stop loss would have to be based off the current candle, because the stop loss off the previous candle is just way too wide, and that's using the M15 timeframes. So it'd be a very small lot size. I'd be back at entry right now. I will not be feeling all that comfortable about it because it's not my trade. So that's why I always say you want to feel comfortable in a trade, so do what makes you feel comfortable. And for me, taking an impulse from about 20 pips above a support, it does not make me feel comfortable. So I just simply wait for my confirmation. That's what I do best. It works for me. That's why, touch wood, because I haven't lost on stream for about 5 weeks now. So and look at it now. Look at it bounce. So I would definitely not be feeling great about this right now had I taken impulse entry. Joe, how come not concerned by 4-hour resistance on GJ? 4-hour resistance? But yeah, to elaborate. In what regard? For a buy or sell? The support. Oh, that thing. Because it's a clean move on a 30. And we're in a downtrend. We're in a big downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. So if we close below, that's why I want the confirmation. That's why I want to close below, no impulse. If we get the closure below, retest. And that's, for those who haven't watched the video I uploaded over the weekend, last weekend, breakout or fake out, how to tell the difference. It's a must, because this is pretty much what's happening just now. All good, mate, all good. Tasham, you're out for loss on gold. Yeah, see, that's for me. There was no entry whatsoever for a buy, no entry for a sell as well. It's just consolidating. So just because you've, again, look, who am I to judge? Do whatever works for you. But just because it's at, you call it an order block, I just call it, it's at choppy, in an area of choppy traffic. Doesn't mean you just buy it, because if it's in an area of choppy traffic and it's consolidating, it's nothing to suggest it can't melt out of that consolidation, especially since we created a lower low within the current daily candle, pulling back, potentially confirming that lower high just now. So for me, it makes perfect sense. If it does continue to sell off, look for the sells below 24, 39, 20. And it's going to be difficult buying anywhere in between, because it's just a mess. Need to wait for a strong confirmation. G'day everyone on TikTok. So B, g'day to you. Courtney, welcome guys. Feel free to ask questions. Goats, when I'm looking at GJ, always looking at EJ for confirmations. Yeah, they tend to follow each other. Not always, not exactly. But obviously both influenced by the yen. At time zero, and the pound moving in similar fashion, it is right now as well. Information. Good day to you. Kruger, welcome mate. Feel free to ask questions guys. If anyone has any questions you'd like to ask about trading in general, do you have any charts you want to look at, or any trades you're currently in, let me know. So I'm just watching GJ. I want to see some closures below. It's a tricky one, it really is, because there is a lot of volume right now. So stop loss is very wide on all these entries, which is something I'm not really all that comfortable with. So if I am to enter them, I need to just lower my lot size and accept the fact that there's no other way about it, to be honest. Sort of margin is there. Not great, you know, that only deal with margin down to the 15-minute support. It's a really tough one, to be honest. Be much better on a 30-minute closure, but we'll see anyway. We'll see. Gold bouncing. Bitcoin not doing much. What's GA up to? All right, so it's sinking through that support as well. Bit of pound weakness at the moment. Daniela, will XRP make you rich? Look, hopefully. I have no idea. I don't invest in XRP, to be honest. I don't really invest in cryptos at the moment. I know this is investment advice, of course. Off goes GJ. Want to see, well, it's about to tap into it. I was going to say, I want to see where this 15-minute closes for maybe potential cheeky limit order back at the low of that zone that we're breaking. As long as we don't tap into the 15-minute target. Because if we do so, what we could do is bounce off it, and I don't want to get stuck in a limit order because it triggers in after tapping into a support, because then it can just do this and start trending back to the upside. How about you guys, YouTube? Anyone in any trades right now? What's the deal? Vlaho, do you invest or trade or nothing with BTC? Right now, nothing. Want to be trading it, but not investing. GJ is going to do the same shit as yesterday, isn't it? Same thing it's done all week. Yeah, alright. Forget the limit order. Forget the sell just now, guys. Just need to wait. So the next option is wait to see how this next 15-minute candle closes. So wait for this candle to close, and then look, I'd like for it to close probably even stronger near the actual this support below the bodies of the candles to the left, and then followed by a weak 15-minute pause, and that may give an option of following M30. But we'll see. Just a bit difficult when things are moving with impulse without any confirmation. But it works for me, so hey, I'm not going to just start doing anything reckless. I stick to my plan. If it means I trade twice for the week and it both wins, it's a good week. The gain, g'day to you. Victorious Pete. Trading trade. Brood. G'day to you, mate. Joseph, overtraining is a killer. Exactly, you know it, mate. Acting recklessly too is a killer. Acting impulsively out of FOMO is also a killer. Sometimes, yes, it's going to be a win, but when moments you get burned, oof, you get burned hard. Cammy, gold approaching my zone. Yep. Joe, each and every time this proves correct for me. There you go. There you go, my friend. We know we need to just be patient and eventually get your opportunity. Same thing yesterday. It's just unfortunate. It doesn't always happen on stream, but still stuck with the exact same game plan. And it eventuated at around 8 PM my time, I think it was. Was it 7 PM? I think it was around 8 PM. As I was about to do the analysis, and I mentioned it in the VIP. Mentioned if it closed bullish engulfing, wait for a lower wick. And we enter. Did not take long to get to TP. That was a really nice trade. Cammy, I mean GA sells right now, going well. Nice one. Yeah, there's a lot of volume. There's a lot of weakness in the pound at the moment. Bit of strength in the Aussie too, because it's holding its ground against the US dollar at the moment. Euro and the US and sorry, the pound are selling off. All right, 15's closed on GJ, and it has closed very strong bearish without a low wick. let's go a tiny lower wick. Let's see what his candle closes. If it closes weak bullish, do we have enough margin? Yep. So if this candle closes weak bullish, but we know weighted volume is, likely won't, but I'm not chasing it just now. I need to wait for it to set up again. So unless it does set up again, I'm going to let it go. If it does set up again and give me that weak pause, I'm going to look to sell it on the following M30. But at this rate, DJ does not give a flying, you know what? And I won't be forced into taking anything that's not quality, guys. So because that would be irresponsible. No, I don't just take a trade to please guys on the stream. I just be me and that's it. If you appreciate it, fantastic. If you don't, up to you. You know, no one's forcing you guys to be here, but good thing is majority of you do appreciate it. So and look at that. Wow. Not easy. Blaho maybe now buy when make structure. What pair? What are we talking about? Which one? You too well, bro. Been watching a few weeks now. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's not easy being in a hot seat, but look, I just do what I do because I know it works. So if that means I don't take a trade, so be it. Nothing to do about it. But what I can do is definitely teach about, you know, trading responsibly and being patient and disciplined, training your plan and not, oh, hang on, that looks all right. Right, I'm just going to buy it now, only to get wrecked and then you feel sorry for yourself. I don't teach that. So at times I get plenty of trades, they'll be on stream. At times I get no trades on stream. It just is what it is. And the past few weeks they've been few and far between. R1918 what is the best app to start trading? Or app, you need, well, TradingView, it's a chart. That's what I use just now, and depending on what broker you're using, likely MetaTrader for trade execution. So TradingView is the app that most of us use to chart on, because MetaTrader is a bit of a pain in the backside to draw up these figures, like these horizontals that I've got as my levels where I want to get involved in a trade. But all you need is the basic version of TradingView. Don't bother. They've got paid versions, but they're just a waste of money in my opinion. The basic version's for free, and you'll be able to do all this on it, no problem. Joseph Gibson, g'day to you. Seal, g'day to you. Ben Parker, g'day mate. Don't be shy guys to ask questions. Top Trade Gold, how are you my friend? Been a while. Oh, no good mate. I hope everything's alright mate. You take care. Don't stress the trading too much mate, because last thing you want to do is put unnecessary pressure on yourself when you got other things in the background. I always say it to the guys that I coach. If you got things going on in the background, there'll always be another day to trade, so just focus on what you need to do. Let's see, GJ maybe might close back weak bullish, and it could be an option. Still got enough margin. I don't want this to close strong. So now we're retesting this previous support. Let's see if it's going to reject. You're a startup person? Nice one, mate. Just take your time with it. Trading is difficult. It's not for everyone. It's not really smart to start trading or not. It depends. It requires a lot of discipline, to be honest, mate. And that's the honest truth. It is. Most people start trading with the wrong intentions. They start trading thinking, you know, they follow the wrong people, first of all, on IG and all that, and on TikTok. You're seeing everyone make millions with their, you know, Ferraris, all that jazz, private jets, going anywhere around the world. The reality is, it's not like that. It's a grind, and it takes a long time. I've been trading for almost 8 years, and it's helped me definitely along the way to do many things to help set, you know, part of life up. But at the same time, it's a grind. So you need to be humble. You need to continue to work on it. I adapt. I've added plenty of different entries to my repertoire, which I never had a few years ago. I've changed my rules. I've created my own style. So you need to give it a good few months to determine whether you think it's something you can make it happen. And after you've given it a few months, the grind starts, and it's going to take you a few years to see some results, in my opinion. Likely. Doesn't mean you're not going to have good times in between, but be prepared for some setbacks. That's it. God honest truth. If anyone tells you otherwise, if anyone approaches you saying, it's all good, man, just give me your money and I'll flip it for you, run to the hills, my friend. Run to the mountains. In all honesty, the best way to go about it is to learn to fish for yourself. I've tried it. I've tried signals. I tried everything. Everything failed until I really dedicated myself to learning. And that's what each and every one of you should be doing, in all honesty. Up and out more into you, brother. Hopefully be catching up with you probably sometime maybe next month or so. Always a pleasure to have you on the stream. Joe, there are so many setbacks. Yep, every time you think you have mastered it, boom, you get a hit back in. It happens, man. Keep my wife and pray. I will, my friend. I honestly hope everything's okay. But you be by your lady's side, my friend. Don't worry about the trading for the time being. You got more important things going on. Yeah, no worries. Up and up. We'll sort it out. Well, I should be calling it done, shouldn't I? I hope I said it right too, mate. I'm really bad with names. Cammy, God bless you. Thank you, mate. Top trader, gold. Nah, don't need to thank me, mate. You just do what you need to do. This is good. GJ pulling back. All right. If it rejects 192 flat, psychological round number. It's gonna be sell options from that point. Doesn't look great in a 30 though, with that long rejection. Gold is just an absolute pigsty right now. In honesty, I spent an absolute fortune in trading and the learning process. I paid for signals, I paid for groups, which I paid an absolute fortune for. I've always said it. The first one I paid 250 US a month for, and that was an absolute an idiot. But we all fall for, you know, the stupid things at times. I've blown accounts, so I've definitely paid my way. And now to the point where I'm competent enough and I've got my own group, and I feel it's very fairly priced, to be honest. Plus, I provide so much more than what I ever got from any other experiences. Guarantee you, just sure the guys from the other group would agree. The amount of content I've put into the VIP is nuts. Plus, daily, basically daily live calls. After, I'm not talking about on the London session, I'm talking about away from the stream. Cami, I think gold will go to 24.58 from here and then sell off between 24.58 and 68. Opinion 58. Yeah, I like that level, the current daily candles high. 68, yep. That I like that level too. That's a resistance. There is a high probability, so long as we respect the support formed on the pullback within the current daily candle. If we bounce off it, begin to break above the current daily candles high, I think your analysis is pretty good. I think there's a good chance it will come towards that 24.68. At that point there, very strong resistance back near the all-time high, 4-hour level and daily resistance. So we reject at that point, but if at the same time it's got the strength and momentum, got leading into NFP tomorrow, so that's a big one. That will obviously have a massive impact. So the forecast is for less, so obviously that would be deemed to be a negative for the currency. So if that is to be the case, then gold could well continue to the upside, and yes, we could see potentially all-time highs. So I think your analysis is pretty good, but there's obviously a lot of water to go under the bridge at the moment, so plenty of time to wait to see gold to the moon. I honestly agree. Gold is going to continue to move. I think gone are the days when you're going to see, you know, less than 2k even. It's going to be hard pressed to see gold less than 2k again. And I remember when I first started trading it, gold was around $1,000. GJ looking good. Yeah, needs to close weaker. It's a hell of a stop loss based on 15-minute. It needs to close weaker. It needs to close weaker. We need a bit of an upper wick. Will have to suffice likely as a stop loss. I would probably have a wider stop loss still using the 15-minute and just adjust it to the entry candle's high. But this candle needs to sell off just now. It cannot close as is. It's too strong of a candle, and I would not be taking that.
So GU is also forming a weak.
All right, GU looks good.
Yeah. The issue is what I have, Justin, is when I look on the left side, the market structure is not that clear.
Yeah, you've got some pretty strong support.
Yeah.
Still a lot of volume though. That looks better than GJ, to be honest. As far as a level, GJ I think has more potential, but it's too strong of a candle at the moment.
Yeah, and you are in the middle of the range at the end. No?
Yeah, there is enough margin, but it needs to sell off a bit. TikTok, thank you for the follows. General Frank White, thank you to you. Saint Caddy, nice, thank you to you. And Staircase Ninja, thank you guys. 18 seconds, let's see. Not a bad closure potentially on GJ. Need an upper wick. Five. Need an upper wick, and then I potentially look for a sell below low of the previous bullish candle. Not interested without the upper wick. Goats 2500 on gold. Yep, I think it's easily a good target. Definitely gettable. All right, upper wick. Got a lot of volume, so if it flips and breaks so low, I'll look to take a sell. But if it continues to pull back too far, I'm going to ignore it because it's going to have a wide stop loss again. So I've not set it just yet, but 191.575 is where I'm potentially looking at an option to sell the GJ. G's already broken the high of the previous. Tenzin, good day to you. Daisy Awal, good day to you. Tabang, good day mate, good to see you again. Hope you're well. Mario, good day to you, mate. Kevin, do you think GA has any more downward movement? I reckon it's hit strong support and maybe, yeah, it is at a very strong support. Really strong support. So I'd be definitely, if you've not already done so, securing some profit. 100%. And it's broken the high of that previous M15. 30-minute. Closed above the lowest point of the support. Yeah, I'd be definitely securing some profit. Alright, focus on GJ. I'm going to set the order now. So if it begins to break, what I would do is just stop loss to the current candle's high if I get triggered in. So 575 is where I'm looking at an entry. Not in yet. Goats, retesting GJ, your minus support. Yeah, almost. Still may do so. Dave O, good day to you. How comes entry so low when your low candle is 60? On my broker it's not. My broker low is 595, so I'm looking at 2 pips below it because of the volume in these candles as well. I don't want to just get triggered in by spread and pop straight up. I want to make sure it's really breaking the low. Now, right now I'm likely going to move it, remove the order. Don't like the pullback considering we left a long upper wick in that previous candle. If we were to continue bearish, I would have wanted to just create the upper wick and melt or drop pretty fast after the closure of that previous candle. So I'm removing it at the moment. There's so much volume on GJ at the moment. It's not easy trading it. It really isn't. Excuse me. It's breaking high the previous candle, almost.
Justin,
yes,
maybe
mate.
it makes also sense if price creates right now is a resistance, and maybe to wait then again or sells.
Correct. It'll make perfect sense if it does create that pullback.
Because also on the M30 it looks for me a little bit better if we are creating then a resistance on the M30.
Yeah, I agree. If it does pull back to retest the zones just broken, and even if it pops above it, it only needs to create a lower high.
So what do you think about GU? Because GU's going to break the
Yeah,
the
GU
low.
looks good. It's broken a high, so that suggests it's grabbed liquidity from the upside if it was to break below
Correct.
the previous candle. So seeing it's
Yeah.
broken that candle's high, low, high, it has no need to really, if it was to continue bullish, to break below that previous candle.
Yeah.
So I think it's not a bad entry. The issue is it's not the clearance to the left, obviously, and it's made such a big move, but it is valid. It still makes sense. It's just, again, it's one of those ones that's made such a big move, but as far as the catalyst and price action, it's not a bad one. Weak bullish pause, so I don't mind the look of it. Goats retest order block. Yep. Well, looks like it's trying to do. I forget gold. Yeah, GE doesn't look bad, guys, but I don't personally trade it. Joe, you were looking for a weak bullish on next M30 candle for JJ. So yeah, potentially. Be nice if it actually ripped to tap into that previous support it's broken and then rejected, close weak bullish. Once again, issue will be stop loss, but we'll have to see what we can do about that. Josh, good day to you. Oh, cold. Mr. Cheeseburger. Good to have you, my friend. Welcome to you. Let me guess, what's your favorite burger? Fillet of fish. Surely. Honestly, I can't remember the last time at McDonald's. Probably about 20 years ago. Actually, I lie. I pinched a few of my son's French fries last year when I took him to McDonald's, but that was it. What I want to know is, in KFC around the world, because in Thailand, or in Australia, they're like chips, they're thick, and they're chicken salted, so they taste good. Not that I've had them for years again, but still. In Thailand, they're French fries. What are they where you come from? That's a question to ask. Should be a poll. That should be a question and answer. Are they the chip version, like the thick ones? And do they have like chicken salt or whatever? Secret herbs and spices? Or are they the French fry version, same as McDonald's? Because they were probably the best thing about KFC here when I was a kid. Used to love the chips, they were by far the best. Mr. Cheeseburger, JJ wrecked me a bit earlier. All good though. McDonald's cheeseburger, be good. Yeah. Used to love it as a kid as well. GJ, alright, so look at that. Retesting, all good. Wow, volume. It's been like this all week long. All week long, guys. Doesn't make it easy. Goats, WTI pumping again. Look at that. When did we analyze this? Was that yesterday? Yeah, is it off the back of more news than that? Potentially, who knows? Should I do like a 10-hour stream today? Just sit here talking crap off the man. As soon as I jump off, things are going to set up for a trade. That's what happened yesterday, basically. Tabung in South Africa, they are thin and dry. Oh, okay, so it's probably like the McDonald's ones. Australia's got the best KFC chips. Joe, that guy made a documentary on eating McDonald's for 30 days straight. Organ spell. Yeah, I know, man. I wonder if it had anything to do with it, to be honest. Because he was pretty sick from it, I think, at the time. Like, violently throwing up and that. Sugar levels and all that spiked through the roof. Mr. Cheeseburger, GJ, yeah, it's just difficult with all the volume. Really requires patience. But I mean, I know what I'd be looking for, but right now I just need to let it do its thing. Right now it's probably a matter of seeing if it does reject 192.50 psychological round number. I mean, it could reject 192 flat. It's going to be difficult to look for a catalyst below it though, but I would know what I'd be looking for, but whether it presents or not is another story. With the volume within these candles, it's just making moves up, down, left, right, without really any, concern for any level at the moment. And gold, 30 minutes starting to look a little bit better. Like consecutive candles back down to that support, so it's just a matter of, for me, waiting for it to tap into it and then forming support above it. Look for my catalyst within price action to arise and then potentially look for a buy option. Goats, good buys on GJ. Am I from Sydney? No, mate. No, I'm from Melbourne. Melbourne's a bit of a shithole. Probably much like Sydney, no offense, but it's just Oz in general. The big rat races, Melbourne and Sydney. Can't go anywhere without getting stuck in traffic and road rage and getting pissed off. It's just a given every single day on the roads. Cami, West is best. Heard so. Never been though. To be honest, I haven't been around Australia much at all. DJ Steve, g'day to you. Oliver, g'day to you. Josh, Amadio. For us. Entrepreneur Insights, g'day to you. It's like everyone's just flicking on TikTok, so as soon as you say g'day, they've gone. Cami GA may be good for a buy. Looking for REITs to support, bounce off. Might not get in though. Been two or more. All of them. GA for a buy now. You need a catalyst at this stage. I mean, bullish engulfing is a good one at the support, but it could be doing what GJ is now potentially doing, retesting a previous level. So 196.20, that previous support for rejects. That could be an option to sell. So now it's made a clean move down. It's created some clean traffic within the current area. So I'd be looking for it to pull back to that level, reject. And if it does reject and close above, that's when I start to buy it. No rat race? Yeah, I can imagine, man. Luke, g'day to you. GRDTC. Renee, g'day to you. Guys, feel free to ask questions. If anyone's got any chance, FIFO is the rat race here. Oh, really? FIFO. I'm assuming you've been to Melbourne. This cheeseburger smell is going to be good. Good charts though, hopefully. Yeah, generally August is a quieter month with obviously summer holiday period where people are away over in Europe. Obviously Great Britain, US. July, August, generally a little bit slower, but July was my best month in ages, and I've not had a bad month for a long time, but July was just ripping, absolute smoking. I took one loss for the whole month, and that was away from the stream. Did not take a loss on stream. I mean, apart from the last week of July, so last week and into this week, we were taking quite a lot of trades. Like every stream had, some streams had more than one trade, and we did not take a loss. 1 or 2 break evens, but it's just dried up at the moment, but it's all good. And we spent 4 months in Melbourne and 4 months in Sydney. Preferred Melbourne. Yeah, it's a little bit more, I don't know, multicultural probably. From what I've never been to Sydney, man, to be honest, but from what people tell me, Melbourne's more similar to Europe in many ways compared to Sydney. Big coffee culture here. Look, aesthetically, it's not a bad looking city. It's just, for me, it's boring. It's very boring for me. There's nothing here. Just the gym. That's all I enjoy, to be honest. Kemi, Melbourne's very European. Yeah. So, it is actually. I've been to Europe, so, but I just don't know in comparison to Sydney. I've never been. WTA good for buyers. WTI, sorry. Yeah, I'd like for it to close above though. However, yeah, I was gonna say 15-minute close week. If you had a week 15-minute closure, somewhere in between, you don't. GGPM, would you take the short on GJ if the 30-minute close week bullish? Yeah, I've answered that before, potentially, but the issue is stop loss. Yeah, Kemi. So we're seeing how it rejects, if it leaves along with the upside closing near its low, week bullish, then I'll consider a sell. But I need an upper wick on the new candle because that's likely going to have a bit of stop loss. Alrighty guys, give me a few minutes because I'm going to stick around and see how this candle closes, and I will be back very shortly. Don't go nowhere. Alrighty guys, I am back. Wendell, good day to you. Sappy Fish. Kawagden, good day to you. Alright. You too. Gold is moving. Waking up. Yeah, it's coming back to that support. Alright, let's see. Does it close below? If it does, it sells.
Yeah, clear. It's so easy, huh, Justin?
Oh, if only.
Yeah, waiting, and check the box. That's it.
100%. That's what we do. I think your earbuds, the battery must be dying again, mate. Starting to crackle.
Ah, sorry. Okay.
All good, mate. Alright, GJ, I have to wait for the closure, and again, upper wick. It needs an upper wick. Doesn't? No entry for me. Hourly's closing, but it looks a bit strong bearish candle. One upper wick. The reason why I want upper wick too is because you can manage the trade at that point if it does go the wrong way. The issue is the stop loss is massive. At the moment, if I was to use the M15s, it's the M30s, a little bit lower, but even if I was to use the 15-minute, you're looking at about a 50 pip stop loss. That's not great on GJ. On gold, I can understand. GJ, it's really pushing it. So I need a bit of an upper wick because that way I can manage the trade. Should not, there's a high probability if it breaks the low of the previous candle that it's not going to pull back up to break the high. If it does break its own high yet again, not as comfortable in it, and that's where I'd probably exit the trade. TikTok, you guys following as well? So things are starting to move. Set an alarm alert for gold, and let's just watch GJ. I mean, it still makes sense based on the 15 as well, but you need an upper wick. That's what I'll be waiting for. If I don't have it, I'm not going to jump in. Very simple. That's the rule I'm setting right now.
I think what we see is not bad, Justin. So, as I mentioned before, it's creating right now a resistance there, and maybe we have engulfing candles.
Correct.
So, yeah, looking quite interesting. GJ.
It is, but again, I need something for my stop loss. It's just so wide based off using 15-minute candles, and it's the open of the hourly. So once again, what would make me feel more comfortable is if I had a bit of an upper wick. I don't. Look, it's still valid if you guys want to take it. It's up to you, but be careful. Cami, can I explain the importance of lower wicks, please? Wicks, well, wicks, it's just a grab of liquidity prior to an entry. So most of these candles, when you are, and they leave margin as well for price to move into on the following candle. So most of these candles, when you are to look to the left of them, you're gonna have wicks in either directions. There's probably about 90% of them would. So we know based off that, it's a high probability some point the candle's going to pull back to create the wick in the opposite direction to where it started. So it just makes me feel more comfortable knowing that I've got that wick there in case it does drop and then I won't get caught in a trade and then all of a sudden it pulls back to create the upper wick. And in that case, sometimes it's the lowest point of the candle, seeing it's created already a low wick and begins to flip, and sometimes it won't come back down again. So I'd rather let it, if it does do that, so if it starts to drop, let it pull back, and then I set my sell stop back below the lowest point of the entry candle. So what I'm looking now is, I'm looking at the 30, and I'm just tracking the low of the current M30, 687 on my broker. So 667 is a potential entry point for me. I want the upper wick. Buy? Not buy, Mr. Cheeseburger. Lottery mode, I think. Oh, it makes sense. The trade definitely makes sense. Doesn't mean it's going to be a winning trade. I mean, no one has a crystal ball, but it makes perfect sense to me. The issue is stop loss, so I need the upper wick, because then it gives me ways to manage it. Alright, oh man, don't close with no lower wick. Alright, it's dropping. It needs to pop up. If it doesn't, I'm not going to take it. 3 drop 4 pips. GJ for you. Gone. That's 10 pips in seconds. There you go, guys. What can you do?
Might take a look on gold.
All right, that needs to pop up. It needs to pop up now. Pop up. Right, more of an upper wick, and if it breaks again, then I think it's still valid. So look at GJ now. Yes, it made a move, but you gotta be so quick in this circumstance. The volume is nuts on it right now. All right. Yeah, gold. Definitely doesn't have the same volume as JJ. Which is, I mean, who would have thought I'd be saying that? Low. Alright, so if gold rejects and begins to break the lowest support, that could be you win GJ? No, mate, you have no wick. It's now creating upper wick. If it breaks again, it's a good chance it's going to drop. Oh man, that is probably another valid entry, but I've just turned my attention to gold, to be honest. You could have a tight stop loss. But I like that gold closure. It's closed below the bodies and accounts to the left. It's dropped to break the low. Now it's pulling back to create upper wick, potentially grabbing that liquidity. So if it breaks again, there's a good chance it will continue to the downside. No, I didn't. But there is a re-entry just there. If you want to enter, you'd have to be in it right now. As it broke its own low again after pulling back to create the upper wick. So that's what you'd be looking at. Your stop loss, I'd just use the entry candle right now if I had it. But again, I'm focused on gold for the time being. Heaps of volume. So you got to be quick with managing it in this circumstance when it's like it is at the moment. Artie, you're in a Sean GJ as you speak. Nice one. Well, you already have about 3 pips on the table, but this is just skipping pips at the moment, so. There you go, there's the 10. Look at that. Nice and easy.
Look at gold, Justin.
Is it breaking? Yeah, potentially. Wow. Oof. That worked in the end. To 0.281. Look at that. Who took it? Good work if you did. But look at it now, since this bay created the upper wick. Now it's a bit more of a sustained move. So that's a W for anyone who took it. Cabby in blues. Nice one. So you have to be a break even, guys. Wow, look at that. Oof. GJ. Anyone else take it? There's not many on stream, so. It's cheeseburger, nice one. Good work. Well done, guys. So there's a W for you. There's a W on today's stream on GJ. Gold pulling back. So gold, I mean, it's at a level where you could look to buy it as well. And this bounce, it's not making me comfortable to sell it right now. So I'm not going to take it at the moment. I need to wait. It's just, there's too much volume at this support. Yeah. I'd be waiting personally. Low W, WP, good shout, nice one. Good work, guys, well done. So it took a while, over 2 hours, but eventually got a decent move. Goldie was in before came in here, nice one. How much did you trade with? I don't think it's of real importance, to be honest. It's not huge amounts. I mean, some of the guys are seeing what I trade with. I've traded all different size accounts. Most I've not traded massive amounts. Most of trades like 8 lots. But at the moment, it's not that. Nowhere near that. Well done, guys. Good work. Wow. That thing of beauty. Yeah. Goldie, MCK. Yes, I am. GGPM. Took a tiny position, nothing major, because the stop losses are massive and there's so much volume. But I was really weighing on gold, to be honest, but I don't like this pullback once again. For gold, I'd probably rather it actually form that minor support again. Just here on the 15 minute, and if it begun to break that candle, then I'll probably consider it again. Let me guess, you're offering a course? No, I'm not offering it. I mean, it's up to you guys to find out if you want to get involved in anything, but I don't twist no one's arm. I do this for free every day. You're more than welcome just to show up here. All good. And the services I do provide are nothing like what you pay for on anywhere else, to be honest. Thank you for this up. Everything I price is more than affordable. What broker? I see markets, mate. I see markets. Raw spread, very low spread account. So gold, the spread for the most part is about half a pip to a pip, around 0.8. GJ is around half a pip for the most part. Look at that thing go. Blaho, GU. Oh, GU made the move as well. Oh man, Franco, did you take it? And GU looked really good. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go make dinner. I'm going to jump on with the VIP later on for pre-NY. There's a lot of high impact news to come for the pound. So just going to have a watch of it, see what goes on. Plan ahead moving forward for what potentially could arise from that with the monetary policy statements come out of the Bank of England. But what I'd be looking forward to conclude moving forward on gold is, I mean, if this candle closed a weak bullish candle, hopefully on a 30 minute, but even on the 15 minute, if price becomes to break the support, still think it's a valid entry. So that is a potential option, but what you could be waiting for is the 4 hour to close. If this closes a strong bearish candle, even if it closes below that support, even better. Wait for it to pull back, creates up a wick, potentially rejecting this zone, like so. And then you can look for your potential sells from that point there, and I'd still look to buy it from that 4 hour resistance we broke out of yesterday. As long as they get the right catalyst and price action to do so. As far as the buys above the current level, what have we got? So we've got a bit of 15 minute resistance just here, so that's not bad, guys. If the price was to close above it and we start to push away from that level, a strong 30 minute candle closing above it, that would also be, in my opinion, not a bad option to buy it, seeing we've made quite a clean move down now on the 30 minute time frame. So if we close the bullish engulfing candle, for instance, buys will be on the table as well. And obviously buys above this little 15 minute resistance, we've got clean trap to the left as well. So that is what I'd be looking at on the gold. And GJ to look like to the left now. I mean, it just continues to pull back, keel over and melt. So wouldn't be chasing just now. I'd be waiting for the new 4 hour and let it. Just depends where this candle closes. Could be options to sell from that previous support if it does reject and hold as resistance on the new 4 hour candle. Otherwise, when it creates up a wick, if it does remain above this level, look for pull back to the previous resistance, look for your catalyst to sell it back down. And as for the buys, I don't trust them whatsoever at the moment. It's in a massive downtrend right now. You need a catalyst, and that is either a high time frame closing back bullish, such as the 4-hour, or the 30-minute structure flipping bullish, which at this stage isn't going to happen for any time soon. So just focus on the sells, have a direction, and focus on that for the time being. And it's in a massive downtrend, so I wouldn't bother with the buys. GBPM, no, look, they're okay, but for me it's getting a bit late. So like I mentioned before, a weak closure, and potentially 15 looks like it might close weak. Too bullish. Look, if it closed above this support in the 15-minute, I'd wait for the next 15-minute candle. That's the rule I'd say. Then it's going to close too strong of a bullish candle. If it closes weak like this, then it's still a valid entry. But again, it's been on for 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna go make some dinner prior to jumping on with you guys later, VIP. So keep an eye on it. You want an upper wick on the following candle, upper wick, and if it begins to break, there could be an option. That's what you want to see. Upper wick, tiny upper wick it's got, not really much, but it's still got a small upper wick. That's it. Now if it begins to break, it's not a bad option. So make of that what you will. 30-minute rejecting, the hourly rejecting, breaking its own low again potentially. So yeah, that's about it. Alrighty guys, be on tomorrow from 7:30 AM UK time on both TikTok and YouTube. Thank you all, one and all, for joining. Appreciate the support. Well done on GJ. If you have not done so yet, make sure you hit the like button way up. And if you'd like to know anything about the services, you can find that all in the description down below for the YouTube. And I will see the members later on. Until then guys, take care, trade safe, and I will catch you tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
See you guys, bye.